While back in our region, the exact opposite conditions. Let's send it over to Greg for the latest.
Yeah, pretty much earlier this week or even last weekend, there was a possibility that we might actually see some moisture work its way up from what's left of the hurricane as it approaches Indiana, southern Illinois. That has since backed off and pushed further east. So meanwhile, we've had clearing skies, no issues, but we are dealing with the morning fog, given our temperatures do fall quite lower compared to those warmer water temperatures. We're going to see that probably another round tomorrow, potentially Saturday morning, maybe even Sunday. We'll have to keep an eye on that too. Otherwise, summer-like temperatures 80s through Monday. We do have a cool down coming Tuesday with a cold front coming through, but it'll just bring our temperatures back to where they should be, which is about the mid to upper 60s to near 70s. So a cool down, but really not that unusual for the end of September. Overall, big picture is jet goes way up to the north right now into Canada. That has the high pressure. That's a ridge out to the west. They are warm to hot out there. We're seeing overhead, but we'll have to keep an eye. About 6:30 to about 8 a.m., maybe 9 a.m. is when a lot of these visibilities begin to drop off. Fog forms along the Mississippi, especially the Wisconsin, up to the north near Black River Falls and just west of Eau Claire too. Gets that area that it gets potentially dense down to less than a quarter at times. By the time we get to 9, it's going to be more spotty. There still could be some areas between 9 and 10 that are lowered visibility down to 1, but then by 10, 11, everything should then clear out. So we're going to deal with that probably for a couple mornings. Temperatures tomorrow, highs, we're looking at more 80s, upper 70s, if not low 80s. Maybe a few spots mid 80s too, given that the temperatures. And overall, the parade going into Saturday, minus some of the morning fog we might have before 9 a.m. We'll keep an eye on that. The rest of the forecast should be absolutely fantastic, with temperatures warming quickly up into the mid 70s. With that north wind that'll begin to pick up as that tropical storm begins to lift northeast, it's going to turn our winds a little bit more to the northeast. So you'll feel that probably Saturday. Won't affect the temperatures much. We're looking at 82, 83. Potentially even a little bit warmer there too, with plenty of sun in the afternoon, minus that fog in the morning. So warm temperatures continue, and then the jet stream is going to take a dip, but it won't be really until Tuesday, as I mentioned, with that cold front coming through. The good news with this cold front, actually, it's going to come through, but limited moisture, so precipitation chances are pretty much minimal or none. Everything's going to push to the south, and it won't last that long. Once we get past Tuesday, Wednesday, we see mild air and warm air begin to push back as the jet goes up north. So we'll return those temperatures in the 8-day back to the 70s for the second half of next week. That's the good story. Unfortunately, we have another front coming through Thursday as you see a dip down into Friday. But so far, it is a dry forecast, even with these fronts coming through. And that 67 on Tuesday, even that 69 on Friday, are not that far off to where we should be. So although we're going to drop and it's going to feel kind of chilly from what the 80s are, it's pretty typical for the end of September going into October to see those temperatures. So
quite a drop.
It's a drop.
But it's going to be dry, sunny,
yes.
so that's a plus for
Yes.
sure. Good stuff. Thank you, Greg.